and welcome to the highly decorated tree lighting ceremony, virtually this year. My name is Nancy Searle, and along with Dave Fields, we co-chair the highly decorated program of Wasatch Adaptive Sports. The highly decorated program was created to raise funds for veterans programming, and through the generosity of our sponsors, Snowbird, the DAV Charitable Trust, and the American United Federal Credit Union, we are able to provide adaptive equipment and one-on-one instruction for our veterans. They are able to participate in the winter in snowboarding, skiing, and snowshoeing activities, and in the summer, they are able to hike, bike, mountain bike, fish, camp, and paddleboard. Each of these activities has three major goals. First, to improve the skills of our veterans. Second, to maximize their independence while performing the activity. And finally, third, to improve their sense of well-being, the joy of being out in nature, and to give them the opportunity to experience freedom of movement through the activity. I hope that everyone here today will join me in support of our veterans programming by making a donation to Highly Decorated. Our veterans have sacrificed so very much on our behalf, and this is a very small thing that we can do to improve their well-being every single day. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Amanda King, who is a Wasatch Adaptive Sports instructor, and she will open our highly decorated tree lighting ceremony with her performance of the Star-Spangled Banner. Please join me in welcoming Amanda King.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Amanda, for such a beautiful tribute to our country. Good evening, everyone. My name's Elizabeth, and I am the Executive Director of Wasatch Adaptive Sports. The scent of these pines and the chill of this mountain air is definitely not the same without you all here. However, it is truly a pleasure to share this very special event with you from wherever you're tuning in from tonight. To all veterans and service members, past and present, as well as your family members, this evening serves as an opportunity to share our profound gratitude for your service and your dedication to protecting the prosperity of our nation. During the highly decorated event, we will light these trees in your honor and to honor the millions of others to whom we extend our most humble appreciation. For 44 years, Wasatch Adaptive Sports has believed in the power of recreation to connect one to both their own potential as well as to the community through programs like skiing, snowboarding, cycling, mountain biking, paddling, yoga, and so much more. This month marks the 10th anniversary that Wasatch Adaptive Sports has provided opportunities for veterans with adaptive needs and enabled them to experience freedom and camaraderie 100% on scholarship. I have to say 2020 does stand out among all the other years. This year, outdoor recreation has taken on new meaning as a remedy to isolation, and we have mask-covered smiles and countless miles and lessons to prove it. To each of you who put our mission in motion each day, our co-chairs of this event, Nancy Searle and Dave Fields of Snowbird, as well as our instructors, volunteers, and all of our incredible donors, we cannot thank you enough. It is an honor to introduce Sergeant Joshua Smith, a medically retired veteran who served in the U.S. Air Force for 15 years and who has quite the career in both the military and in adaptive sports. Josh, thank you for your service and for sharing your story with us here tonight.
Hi, my name is Joshua Smith. I'm a medically retired technical sergeant of the United States Air Force. I served in the Air Force on active duty from November 2003 to November 2016. In the Air Force, my career field was aircrew life support and aircrew flight equipment. My job was to maintain, inspect, and also teach aircrew who fly on any aircraft in the Air Force about their life-sustaining equipment. That could involve helmets, oxygen equipment, parachutes, night vision goggles, any type of life preservers, or any various items of survival equipment that would sustain them in case their aircraft goes down. So that was my job in the Air Force. After my medical retirement, during my medical retirement, I went through a medical evaluation board and I got enrolled in the Air Force's Wounded Warrior program. Each branch of service in the military has a Wounded Warrior program that is specifically for current serving service members and disabled veterans who have been wounded, injured, or have become sick or ill. Any type of wound, illness, or injury that is a detriment and a hinderment that is tragically come upon them due to their service in the military. I was enrolled in that program and I specifically got involved with the adaptive sports portion, where I decided that I wanted to learn how to compete and participate in adaptive sports. And so I have been involved with their program since 2016, and I have been able to compete in 8 different adaptive sports, 3 team sports, wheelchair basketball, wheelchair rugby, and sitting volleyball, and then 5 individual sports, cycling, indoor rowing, powerlifting, and track and field. Within those specific individual sports, I've competed in track chair racing, seated shot put, and discus throws, and I also ride a recumbent bike. After being involved with this program and going to numerous camps and learning how to participate and play in these adaptive sports, that drew my interest into what's called the Department of Defense Warrior Games. The Warrior Games are held each summer for our armed forces here in America, and each service selects a team of 40 individuals who compete against each other in the annual Department of Defense Warrior Games. So I was a member of Team Air Force for the Warrior Games in 2017, 2018, and 2019. I also was able to have the honor and privilege of serving as a specific sport team captain, and in 2018 I was a Team Air Force co-captain. So with my involvement in the Warrior Games, the next level that I looked at when it came to competing in adaptive sports was the Invictus Games. And the Invictus Games were created by Prince Harry of England back in 2014. Prince Harry came to the United States, he saw the Warrior Games, and understood and realized that they didn't have anything like this in the United Kingdom. And so he had a vision of wanting to create a Paralympic style competition for all of our wounded, ill, injured service members and disabled veterans all around the world, kind of very similar to the Paralympics. And so his Invictus Games were created in 2014, and I was selected as an individual and was able to have the opportunity to compete in the 2018 Invictus Games that were held in Sydney, Australia. And I also last year was selected for the newest Team USA, and also selected as a team co-captain for Team USA, and we will be competing in The Hague, Netherlands this coming summer in 2021. So My involvement with adaptive sports has been a huge part of my healing and recovery process. I went through some full bilateral hip replacements. I've had a couple of other surgeries. I suffer from 4 discs in my lower back that will eventually need to have surgery and fusion. And I've had various other wounds, illnesses, and injuries due to my military service. The biggest thing being my full bilateral hip replacements, which have highly impacted my life and the activity things that I'm able to do. And so upon my medical retirement in November 2016, my family moved back to Utah, and I got involved with the Salt Lake City VA through the recreational therapist, sports medicine and recovery, and rehabilitation individual, and her name is Heather Brown. And she was able to assist and help me with getting funded through the VA with a basketball wheelchair, and also a racing track chair, and currently in the process of getting funded for a recumbent bike as well. And so for the last couple of years, I've been able to get to know Heather. She's worked with me. Now that I'm back in Utah within the local community, she got me involved with Wasatch Adaptive Sports and hooked me up with Ryan. And this past summer, I was able to get involved with their cycling program and to go out with Wasatch Adaptive Sports every Friday for a couple of months and do some cycling and get to know other wounded, ill, and injured service members and disabled veterans through the Wasatch Adaptive Sports program. And one of the biggest things for those of us as service members and disabled veterans is the importance of recreation and physical activity. It's going to play a huge role and a huge part of any disabled veteran's healing and recovery for years and years down the road. So I highly encourage those who may struggle or suffer from their wounds, illnesses, and injuries, no matter what they may be, the importance of striving to be as physically fit and being involved with recreational activities that will help you to cope and deal with the trials and struggles and challenges that you face with life now, since you've been highly impacted from those wounds, illnesses, and injuries. And it's extremely important to get out, to do things. For me, I live by a motto now since I've been injured and as I've been a disabled veteran and been involved with adaptive sports. The motto that I live by is, life isn't about what I can't do, but life is about what I still can do.
Thank you again, Joshua, for your service and sharing your story with us tonight. And now let's light these trees.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening. My name is Dave Fields. I'm President and General Manager here at Snowbird. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the highly decorated evening. I know 2020 has been the strangest of years, but one of the things I look forward to the very most of the holiday season is coming to the tree lighting event. Not only is it an amazing celebration of the holidays, but it's a reminder of the amazing work that was started 7 years ago by Nancy Searle and her highly decorated initiative. This is a great way to celebrate the holiday season with these beautiful trees, but it's a reminder of the important sacrifice that America's veterans have made for our country. I've witnessed firsthand the impact that Nancy Searle's vision has had on returning service members who gave so much for our country. Giving back to them and enabling them to have outdoor recreation opportunities through the Wasatch Adaptive Sports Recreation programming is the least we can do for our veterans for all they have done for us. This is an amazing night that we look forward to every year, and I want to thank Nancy for having the amazing vision to put this together and to stick with it and stand by our veterans. I'd like to also thank our sponsors of tonight's event. We have an anonymous sponsor that we are very grateful to, as well as American United Federal Credit Union and the DAV Charitable Service Trust. Thank you and happy holidays. Now I would like to welcome Dave Shenick and Snowbird's own Bird to handle the opportunity drawing.
Thanks, Dave. So, thank everyone for entering this year's opportunity drawing. If you win, you can pick up your prizes at Wasatch Adaptive Murray office next Monday and Tuesday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. So let's get started. The first prize we're drawing for is Shred Subaru goggles. Whoa, that's a bunch of them. And the winner is Kristen Foreman. Woohoo! All right, Kristen. Next item is custom designed Helping Hydro's bottle featuring adaptive sports. Kirk Hins. Kirk Hins wins it. All right, Kirk. The next is a LibTech Subaru branded snowboard. Woohoo! For all the knuckle draggers, we got Ellen Winkler. All right, Ellen. Whew. And next is an adjusted grill, great for picnics, camping, and even in your backyard. And this is Ellen Winkler again. All right, Ellen, you're killing it. Woohoo! Next is a Tiramar Men's XL Thermal Top. And the winner is Miguel Miguel. That's Miguel. Yes, Miguel. All right, Miguel. Woo! Thought that's who it was. I tried to read that last name, but okay. Next is Cool Women's Small Fleece. digging deep for this one. And it's Ellen Winkler again. She's killing it. Woo! We're gonna mix these up a little bit better. All right, Ellen. You don't have to Christmas shop. You're in good shape now. And the next is Cool's Men's Large Button-Up Tee. Buchanan? Buck Buchanan. Oh yeah, Buck Buchanan. Yeah, all right, Buck. One of our volunteers. Good job, Buck. Next is the North Face Women's Medium Vest. See, this is what Ellen probably wants. But Buck has got one for his wife. All right, Buck, another one. Woo! And last but not least, the North Face Men's Large Full Zip Winter Jacket. Miguel. All right, Miguel. Woo! All right. So people bought a lot of tickets. That was pretty cool. Thank you all for joining us for the highly decorated virtual event. Keep following us on Wasatch Adaptive Sports social media throughout the week. Thank you. Happy holidays.